I honestly don't know how it all started. It actually started quite harmlessly. I was a little boy from a presumably American family. I always wanted to sing, and I really enjoyed it. Then I met the guys from the American TV series, Figure Us. I know my natural big time rush. They let me know very quickly that they're a boy band, because they're big time, you know? Just like in the song they always sing. Make it count, play it straight, don't look back, don't hesitate, when you go big time. That's what they said to me every time we saw each other. Then, one day, Kendall, the band leader, came to me and told me they could make me a super good singer as long as I promised they'll never do anything with a ball. Because he's a stupid pig. Okay, I said, and went with them. It was when I realized that maybe it wasn't such a good idea to sit down with them all by myself in their big-time car bus. The song, "The City Is Ours," ran in a loop all the time. I didn't even know where we were going. In the driver's seat was a little girl. I don't know how she was called. I think she's from the American TV series Big Time Rush, which shouldn't have much to do with the boy band Big Time Rush. Well, then we drove into such a high-rise building where they seemed to record their music. But I only saw headlights and cameras there, as if we were actually in a studio for movies, and not for a professional audio mix. The time came when I could finally get off the bus. Suddenly, there was a strange woman standing in front of me, and a fat man who easily reminded me of this pig from the TV series Back at the Barnyard. He yelled at me, "What the hell I'm doing here?" But I didn't feel like waiting for one of the guys to speak up, so I pulled his gun out of his pocket and shot him. The boys were quite frightened at first, but when I explained to them that it was all just a prank, and he would definitely come back to him in a few minutes, they were thrilled with my genius. This one secretary started screaming and said she was going to call the police on us. But I just said to her, "Vic, you stupid bitch. As a woman, you have no right to tell us anything. Because I'm a real young man who will soon conquer all of Hollywood with our music. Because we're ooh. Yes, now it's coming. Big Time Rush." We then ran off with a luxury limousine, from which we then threw drinks at the homeless, as she had an opening on the roof. We then had the brilliant idea to fly a bit with our private jet. However, the problem then was that the last time James cooked too much on the plane, and all the hookers vomited on the plane, because Carlos couldn't let it go to make his toasts during the last flight, all of which were of course imported from Germany. We then decided out of simplicity to simply hijack a passenger plane, because when we are in the air, theoretically, nobody can do anything anyway, and we just want to fly around a bit anyway. So what should happen? Logan would have played the new Flight Simulator 2020, and that's quite realistic. So we did it. It was easy to get on the plane. We sang one of our top songs, and the onboard staff just fell over us, as if we were a delicious cake. It is also easy if the security voluntarily gives us their weapons, and the onboard personnel voluntarily prepare for shooting exercises. This was also the last time I had land under my feet. On the plane, we sang a German marching song, which was to come out in our next single. I had some fear of flying in the air, but Kendall had a great idea. He wanted to show me a few buildings from the air, and that would be quite harmless. So we made a big time break into the cockpit, and beat up the pilots until they turned blue. James took the wheel, and Kendall pointed to a tall building near the Eiffel Tower in New York. "Do you see that fat pig there?" Kendall asked. "Yes," I replied. "Why is he staring at us like that?" asks Kendall. "No idea," I tell him. "I don't care either." Did I say James is gay? He had sucked from cocks quite often, but I've never seen him do it before. Well, we were in the air, and actually everything was very chill. But I was bored, so I took the wheel myself. By that, I meant the steering wheel from the plane, which is very important to emphasize, because with boy bands or K-pop bands, it can also mean something else. Luckily, we weren't big time gay, though. Otherwise, that would be pretty silly. Well, I wanted to see the pig again. I was still pissed off by the fact that last time I didn't give a super duper for my Mario 64. So I imagined I was in Ace Combat and had a plane, which is ironic because I'm on a plane. I targeted pig and told my vows. Cloners, the American music landscape and media, all of you should carefully position yourself against big time rush towards our talent and Kendall. Because when the cards are reshuffled and the sleeping singer awakens again, you will be held accountable for what your own have sent ahead. Big time rush. Big time rush. Big time rush. The city is ours. Everything for our music. Everything for our music albums. And everything for big time rush. Suddenly, Kendall woke up from his drug trip. Actually funny, because Kendall reminds me of candle, which actually means candle or something. Hey Logan, do you see that fat pig in that building? Oh my god guys, we're flying towards the World Trade Center. After that came the original TV intro of Big Time Rush while the guys started screaming, and the Big Time Rush intro started playing. I don't know exactly what happened then, because there was a cliffhanger and the picture went black. In any case, I survived the attack, at least for a few minutes. Then, Lord Abaddon came and killed me. End.